This is a kind of a mukbang now, but not really. Welcome to my channel. If you've never seen my videos before, or if you have, welcome back. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch this. Today, we are filming a video which I wanted to film for actually a really long time, but now we're just now getting around to it. Basically, this is going to be why we decided to go vegan, our story, our journey, like how it all came about, from like when we were young to now, and like what got our brain and like our wheels turning, and why we decided to make such a big life switch. If you've never seen any of my videos before, my name is Haley. I'm 22. I sometimes make YouTube videos. I've actually had this channel since I was 18 years old, and yeah, I basically just never ended up posting. But now I actually want to post like consistently, and I feel like I've done pretty good.
Yeah, my name's Logan, boyfriend to Haley. I'm from a small town out of Missouri.
This is my soulmate, my heart and soul right here. Ah, fuck, I can't open it.
This
Ooh, I think I probably
in a good.
loosened it up for you. I figured we'd kind of start out like talking about our backgrounds and like our childhood. So we live in the Midwest. Specifically, we both live in Kansas now, which is where I'm from. And then he is from Missouri. So this will all, there's a reason we're saying all these things. So I grew up kind of what I consider like the standard American way, I think, where I was not an outdoorsy person as a kid at all. Neither is my dad. Really nobody in my family is, except for like my mom, but you know, she got 4 kids. She wasn't having time going outside. I've never been camping. I've never been hunting. I've never been fishing. I've never been on, I've literally been on one farm my entire life, and it was the 1 or 2 times I went to his dad's house. It's a terrible time for me, I'm not going to lie. This is my channel, so I can say my real thoughts. It was a terrible time. But anyways, I always just saw meat, dairy, eggs in the grocery store. I never really gave thought as to how it ended up there. Obviously, like, you know, meat is meat, you know, it comes from an animal, but you don't ever think about it. You never put 2 and 2 together. And you don't ever really think about the fact that you just kind of see animals as different to humans, I guess.
Well, not trying to interrupt, but like you said, when it comes to meat, okay, you're eating ham. Well, that's not really ham. That's a pig.
True, yeah. It's
You're
not
eating
really beef.
No,
it's
not
like
really
cow.
beef. It's part of a cow.
Right.
And so, you know, I used to never actually think about that until the plant-based lifestyle came to my attention. And so, to tell you a little bit about myself, like I said, I'm from a small town in Missouri, and obviously I grew up on an animal-based diet, and my dad was a farmer, still currently is, but he specifically worked at a dairy farm, and so I didn't really get to see what went on in that environment until I was about, I would say, 6 years old, up until I was probably 12, because then I actually, my mom, we all moved away, and my mom and dad were not together growing up. So total opposite than her.
Yeah.
I grew up
very
going
different.
camping, hunting. I consider fishing as hunting now. Yeah, I loved being outdoors as a kid, building tree houses, you know, learning how to shoot a bow, an arrow, shooting BB guns as a kid, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, I've never
did a lot of.
never done any of those things.
But yeah.
And when he says like he considers fishing as hunting now, we both do. But like as far as like traditional hunting, what people think is hunting, he's never like shot and killed a deer or anything like that.
I've participated. I've never actually shot an animal myself. I've never.
Yeah, just to give you guys some context, because now since we are vegan now, we do honestly see a deer and fish as the same thing. But that's just to give you guys some context, I guess. So those are our backgrounds. It's kind of funny that we ended up meeting because we did grow up very differently. So we started dating in September of 2016. Dated for a few years. Logan ended up moving here with me. I used to live in Missouri. Now we both live here. Anyways, that's beside the point. It was one day, I can't even remember. I want to say it was like May or June, something like that, of 2019, where I came across a video. If you are vegan or you're in the vegan community, I'm sure you know who Earthling Ed is. He's an amazing guy. Such a good soul. Like, he's literally Jesus for the vegan community, basically. I mean, not to offend anybody's religion, but he's literally like the Jesus of this community. It was a speech of his that one of my friends had shared on Facebook. And I watched it because I was interested by it. And it wasn't the full speech. It was, I think, like 6 minutes or something like that. It was just a very small part because the full speech is, I think, like 35 minutes, something like that. But I was like immediately captured by it. Like I was full attention in it. It got me thinking. And the video basically is he's at a college giving a speech to a group of kids in a class. And so he is basically explaining why he decided to go vegan, but also the reasons why you should. He basically goes over any argument that a meat eater would have as to why you shouldn't. He pretty much debunks it and makes you realize why it doesn't make sense. It's just a really interesting video, and the way that he talks is so, like, he's just really good at speaking. He's really good at public speaking. The way he talks is really interesting and fascinating, and it's very, like, attention grabbing, you know?
Very.
Makes you realize things that you never realized before, and makes you think about things that you had never given thought to. Like, especially me, I had never given thought to these things at all. And I know you didn't either. So I saw that. I immediately showed it to my mom and Logan because at the time we did live with my mom. I showed it to Logan a few times, but...
First time didn't click.
Yeah.
I remember the second time. I think that's actually when you
sad.
showed
That
me
was
and your
when
mom at the same time because you put it on the TV. Well, I guess both times you did.
Yeah.
But second time really grabbed my attention.
Yeah, and I think the second time is actually when we did watch the whole speech because I did put it on the TV, and I'm pretty sure I looked it up on YouTube.
And I think the one thing that really grabbed my attention was when he talked about having somebody else killing an animal for you to consume. When if you can't do it yourself, then maybe that's not right for you.
Right.
And, you know, it's like we're humans and we're very intelligent and smart, you know. So if we were going to kill an animal, we should do it the more of the natural way.
Yeah.
Which is no weapons. It would be our hands.
Right, because, you know, that's how animals kill each other in nature. Yeah. Like, he basically goes on to explain that, because a lot of people have this notion that us eating animals is a part of the food chain, when really he says that the food chain is a natural occurrence. So there is nothing natural about the way that humans hunt. There's nothing natural about it. You need weapons. There's no way you could go up against a deer with your bare hands and win. There's just no way.
You probably couldn't catch it.
Yeah, you couldn't. That's why you need something that shoots so far away, so fast.
Or like a bear. People hunting bear.
Yeah, you are not winning against a bear. I'll tell you that for sure.
Have fun with that.
And he also dives deeper eventually into the documentary, or the speech, talks about how it affects the environment, how it affects your health, things like that. And so it's about 33 to 35 minutes, I think. It's on YouTube. I'm going to link it below in the description box. Seriously, this is a speech that I think everybody on this earth should watch. Even though I'm already vegan, I still love watching this speech because it's just something that speaks to me. You know, and it's a part of who I am now. After this speech, we made the conscious decision to go vegetarian. We knew that we wanted to be vegan, but we decided that it was best for us if we eased into it One, because where we live is not vegan friendly at all. There's no vegan restaurants. There is quite a bit of vegan options in the grocery stores, especially now. Like, I feel like they get more and more every day.
Mm-hmm.
But
oh yeah, our grocery stores are good.
Yeah, they're good.
Eating out,
But
not so much.
No,
but
terrible.
Honestly, that's okay with me because it's just gonna keep more money in my pocket. That's the way I look at it.
Follow him for more financial advice. LD over here.
I work out, and so I was wondering how I was gonna get my protein in without chicken, without, beef, all this. Then there was one day I was on YouTube and I came across a trailer for a documentary called The Game Changers.
I want a cookie.
And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So yeah, I watched it and I was like, okay, yeah, this is a film just in time because I'm lost. And if I want to do this, I really need to do some research on how. So we went and watched The Game Changers. Then I found a guy on there as well. He was a bodybuilder. His name is Nimai Delgado, somebody that's never consumed meat in his life. And he was raised vegetarian. And then he went vegan after finding out what the dairy industry is all about. And they explain how to get protein on what, the types of foods to eat on a vegan diet. You can be healthy and you can be not healthy on a vegan diet, just as the same on an animal-based diet. And
that's a big misconception that people have. They think that being vegan is just not good for your health. And it's like, I know, especially for me, I eat way better than I used to when I was eating meat. Because I would eat fast food all the time. Now I don't eat fast food as much because I don't have many options. I used to eat fast food almost every day.
Yeah.
That is so bad for you. And I mostly cook at home because I eat what he cooks. And, I do still like snacks and like chips and stuff like that. But, I used to eat very unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he can even vouch for that.
I did too.
But since going vegan, I eat way healthier than I used to.
A lot of whole foods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so we went and watched the movie, and then after that, I was like, this should be easy,
Yeah.
Found people on YouTube that live that kind of lifestyle, and I just paid attention to what they did, and I just pursued. It was that September, right before my birthday, was the last time I actually consumed meat, and that's been 2 years. I've been vegan 7 months.
Something like that, yeah.
We don't really know the exact date. We just kind of noticed. Wait, I haven't. We both did.
Yeah.
We were like, at the end of the week, I was like, man, I just realized I haven't had any dairy because that was the one thing that was hard to get rid of completely because of all dairy is in so much stuff.
So many things.
That you don't realize that it's in. And same thing with eggs. And so, yeah, it was the end of the week one time and I was like, I haven't had any animal products this week. And she said the same thing. And we were like, let's just keep going.
Yeah. But for the majority, we were plant-based. We just hadn't made we just hadn't fully cut them out yet.
We didn't buy no, milk.
Hell no. Ew.
But once we realized it was just time to let it go, we let it go. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Some people I've learned switch like that overnight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's good for them, but not everybody can do that.
Yeah. I agree. That's not everybody's path.
There was some documentary, I forgot what it was called. Was it Earthlings?
Earthlings.
Yeah,
oh my God.
And that's more about what happens in the factories.
That one, I will
and
tell
we
you.
got 5 minutes into it and we had to turn it off. It was too violent. Now, Game Changers is more about health and what it does to the planet.
I will tell you, Earthlings is truly a documentary, which I actually think this is probably where Earthling Ed got his name from. Earthlings is truly a documentary where anybody who saw this would go vegan, or at least I hope that they would. It is, it's a heartbreaking film. I cried and I only got 5 minutes in. So it's very, very hard to watch, but it's real.
Yes,
it's somebody who went undercover in a dairy farm, and it's truly horrible what these animals deal with. I mean, they have no quality of life.
The point is animals have rights.
They do.
And I never used to look at it like that until now.
And I didn't either.
And they're not no product. They're not a product. They're living beings just like us. Don't take no offense.
Yeah, for real. Don't do that.
That's not where we're coming from. We're not trying to offend anybody, because we were in the same position one time. We just took it a different way. We were like, oh wow, like surprised.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like, it was honestly like how did I not see this before? Because like I said, I know what milking cows looks like. I know what it all looks like. And I know that there is violence in dairy farms, you know, mentally and physically for cows. You know, I've seen people hit cows if they don't cooperate going through the system. So, I mean, and that's just not how it should be.
No.
And I never really, like I said, I only seen stuff like that when I was younger, so I didn't really know better to like think to myself like, should we be doing this? Yeah. No, it's just because older people teach us this is how it should be. Right. And it's just not this topic alone. That's the same perspective on a lot of other things.
True.
I don't think the world will go vegan, but I do believe that the world will go greener. Yeah. And I think a lot of things it'll get more cleaner, because the generations before us really, and I can't really say it was their fault, it's the system's fault. Because I'm a type of person that believes in the system is always a step ahead 10 times. Yeah. So, not to go off track, but...
No, that was good.
So
I liked your input.
That's the way I think about it. And, you know, just like... I've had many dogs in my family growing up, and so I can't not compare the two. So for me, I think it's very wrong for the way I used to judge the difference between a cow and a dog, or a pig and a cat.
That is really why we went vegan, was Earthling Ed speech and then Game Changers. And then the more we just went into this lifestyle, the more we just found out new things, watched other documentaries, and we found a ton of new people on Instagram, YouTube that I had never followed before and I had never watched before. Yeah, that's pretty much how it started. And like he was saying, we've just gotten to a point where me and him really too, we were talking about this one day, we just see animals as children. Like, there really is not a difference between children and animals to me anymore. I see them as the same thing.
They're innocent.
Yeah, they're innocent. Beings. They're pure.
They just want to live. That's the way I see it now. They just want to live. And that's why I say, to take a life like that, it's, I don't know. It's just wrong.
Well, and honestly, the thing is that they want to live because they do. Most people do. We've just gotten to a point now where we know that they deserve to. That really is pretty much our story. That's our journey. It was not easy, obviously, where we live. It was not easy at all. I think no matter where you live, it's not going to be easy, because it's a total life switch. Mm-hmm. Especially for me and him. Nobody else in our family is even vegetarian. So this was something totally new. And at the time, a lot of people really didn't understand why we were doing it. Not that they weren't supportive, because they were, but a lot of people just, it's something they don't understand. Mm-hmm. And, you know, so it's...
Or they're like, I'm too old, I can't do that now.
Right. But we have, I mean, if you ever have any questions about it, I will reply back to comments. If you have questions, you can just leave them there. But it was not easy. It was a total life switch for me and him. And I mean, I still have people, especially at my job, I still have people every day who talk to me about it and, I don't know, try to make me feel bad, and it doesn't ever work. But that's why we're just saying, please don't get offended by this video, because we constantly, not constantly, but a lot of times, we've had people say things to us that are just not nice, plain and simple. They're not nice. Or they ask like, why? Or, you know, oh, I'm going to start eating meat now that you don't eat any. Like, okay. You have fun with that, but like, okay.
I think that's more of a mental thing. I
Yeah.
think that, and I'm not trying to offend you, but I think that just speaks more about you than it
I
does
agree.
about her or me or anybody else that chooses to adopt a plant-based lifestyle.
Yeah. But that's pretty much our
Just have
story.
an open mind.
Yeah. Also, if you're going to watch this speech, first of all, congratulations. That's exciting. Watch it with an open mind. Watch Game Changers with an open mind.
Forget about what you learned.
Don't watch, I mean, if you want to watch Earthlings, go ahead, but
if you don't, if the first two are not triggering enough, okay, go ahead. Let's see you watch Earthlings.
Yeah, Earthlings is a trigger warning. Like, I mean, it's intense. Anyways.
I got love all for you.
Yeah. We have love for everybody. If you eat meat, we don't judge you. We really don't.
No, I mean, we got family that do.
Yeah, exactly.
Just don't hate it.
Yeah, we're just sharing our story and how we got here, and I just think it's really cool how we grew up so different, and we still met each other, and Logan was still willing to do this with me, and you know, now it's just super cool to me how he grew up and how his brother, I mean, his own brother will send him videos of like him hunting, and it's still like whatever, you know? I mean, that just to show you like how different it is. So I think it's really cool that he decided to be vegan with me, and we both love it and we both recommend it to literally everyone. But this video, I'm kind of getting to a rambly part now. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you did, I really, really appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this. And I know he does too. That is our vegan story, journey, whatever. It's been great so far. We love it. Yeah. We love animals, and we really, really love our life now that we don't eat them. So thank you.
We love all living things.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have tons of videos coming. Trust me, I have makeup videos coming. I have cooking videos coming. Tons and tons of stuff. So please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.